Hi, I'm Amelia Arsenic, and welcome to Studio Hangs, where we learn about making electronic music with machines. Today, we're going deeper into the world of hoovering. A few weeks ago, I made a fun video using the Roland Alpha Juno 2. It's a versatile synth, but best known for this distinctive sound. Turns out I had one in storage. I pulled it out and started messing about with it. One thing led to another, and as was prophesized by the synth lords, I arrived at the ultimate sound. This fun sound is called the hoover because it sounds a bit like a vacuum doing its thing. It has been used in countless rave tunes because it's super high energy and just damned tasty. After I had the one true techno sound, I added some drums and some extra sparkly bits, and before I knew it, I had a rave track. Let's deconstruct this process so you can bring your own techno fantasies to life from the safety of home. Be warned, it's extremely addictive and you'll be wanting to use it in every track you make, whether it needs it or not. A little quirk with this synth is that all of the envelopes are automatically joined, and I imagine that's probably why this sound came about in the first place. The hoover sound came originally from a preset called What The, and you can find a link to the parameters in the description below if you want to make it from scratch. Now that preset has a very slow attack, which makes it more of a special effect type sound, but if you start playing with the envelope, making the attack and release much quicker, you'll get into hoover territory very quickly. If you have access to the TAL-PHA plugin, which is an emulation of the Alpha Juno 2, I've made a preset with this sound which you can play with. For drums, I started with a 909 emulation using Logic's Drum Machine Designer plugin. Pretty standard stuff. Layered in some claps and a hi-hat loop. This was a fun one. I used the Arturia Jupiter 8V plugin and built a patch that has some slowly drifting modulation on the pitch of the oscillators. It's running the arpeggiators with the mode set to random. Sci-fi! Here's a screenshot if you want to copy the settings. Since the initial loop I made for the first video was so fun, I had to come up with another part for the track. I added in another hoover lead and slowly automated the pitch bend up an octave to get that slow climbing build. You can see the automation here. Really easy to do. It's doubled with another Alpha Juno playing the bass, but hitting every 8th note, whereas the lead sound is only playing the upbeats. Both of these tracks are super sidechained to the kick to get that super pumpy vibe. If you don't have access to this synth, the emulators work pretty well, and maybe it's even a bit easier to use than pressing 10 million buttons and menu diving. I def recommend TAL-PHA by TAL Software. It hoovers pretty hard. And it's from Germany! Hope you picked up some tips. That's it for now, until I come up with a vocal hook for this. Stay tuned.